there's 2 tapes that we have presently. We was going to release those tapes and let you see them, but because of the investigation that the police don't want to release their papers, the DA's office, because it's under investigation, further investigation, the lawyer had advised me to hold back on releasing any parts of the tapes, because if the police department, the one who was involved in the shooting, well, to see his story first, it's a federal offense to lie to a federal agent. Don't matter who, it doesn't matter who it is. Whether you're police or judge, you cannot lie to a federal agent. So if the story that they tell is different than what's on the tape that you see, and then the tape has to be looked at real carefully by the FBI in order for them to doctor it up a little bit, see what needs to clear it up, because they have the best technology around to clear up some of the sounds in the tape. But we know for a fact by 4 witnesses, including a child. It was 5. It's 4 witnesses, including a child, that saw what took place the morning that Mr. Haynes was killed on Airport Way. We feel, knowing what we know and from what we hear on the tape, and knowing the police policy, and that's what we have to have because they change it from time to time. One is, once a man is shot, a person is shot, and there's no more threat, then this excessive force is supposed to stop at that point. It caught most of it. They was driving behind the car. They was in the car, a young man and his son, his daughter, his 2 daughters, his daughter, his son, his mother, and his wife and himself, or his girlfriend and himself, was in the car, and they was just driving, and the car passes by them, police car passed by them. They pull over this car, and they was coming from way from a distance, and as they got close to it, they saw the man getting out of the car with his hands in there, because they slowed up like anyone else. When you see an accident or see something going on, or the police pulling over, you're going to slow up to see what's going to happen. Or do you know that person that they're stopping, if you know him in this neighborhood? So as he slowed up and another police car come up, the first car gets out and points the gun and starts shooting. When the guy stepped out the car with his hands in his air, he started shooting. And when he shot him, or she, whoever, he fell back into the car. And then while he was on the ground, you hear 2 more shots. It's not like you come up and pow, pow, pow. It's like pow, pow, pow. See, that gives him enough time to fall and then shoot him 2 more times while he's down. That's what we do have. And the sounds and everything. Now, the FBI have to get it and doctor it up a little bit. There's other tape out, too. And then there's one that they said just so happened, out of all the times that tape runs every day, but the police went over and talked to the man at the place of storage, and all at once that tape wasn't working that day. But it worked every day, but it just wasn't working that day at that particular time. That's questionable as to what's on that tape or where is it. So now that's why the FBI asked for that tape, as well as in everything. Then the question come in, well, what happened to it? Well, why it didn't work that day? It worked yesterday. It worked last night, but it just didn't work this morning at the time this took place. So we do have that. We do want to give it out. Honest, I would say, okay, let's let it go like you was asking. The lawyer said, no, you don't let nothing go until we see what they have.
The only issue that I will speak to today is the injustice of unarmed black men being killed by law enforcement. That's the issue. That's why we're here. And that's all I will discuss. Anything I've discussed with my clients, the reasons that my clients make certain decisions, I've done. I'm not going to discuss that with the public at this time. But I do have a problem with what happened to James Rivera. I do have a problem with what happened to Mr. Haynes. I do have a problem with black unarmed men being targets of law enforcement and not feeling protected. And that's the issue. That's the problem. Anything else is extraneous. That's the issue we're dealing with. That's what we want investigated. And that's the only issue that I will speak publicly about.